Hi everybody, thank you for joining me. It's good to be here. Got a lovely shave for you today. I'm going to be using Stirling's Island Man, which I think is a delightful scent. I've been wanting to try this for a long time, and thanks to Steve, sent me a very good sample of this soap today. It is a blue soap, so I'm kind of colour coordinating today. I'm going to be using my PAA Starcraft razor, and you can see that I have the soap already lathered up. I've bowl lathered today, and I'm going to be using my Henson razor for the third and final time for a little while. I've been rather intrigued by this razor, and I've been contacted by Brad, one of the gentlemen from Henson Shaving, who was interested in a little bit of feedback when I mentioned that I was going to be using a Kai blade today. Of course, Kai blades are wider than any other razor blade, so I've already had a shave with the Kai blade in the razor, and I'll talk about that today. And then next week I think we'll go on to another razor. But I have been enjoying shaving with this one. This is a beautiful scent, I think. It is quite unusual. It contains bergamot, lime, mandarin and coconut. And sometimes when I smell it, I can pick up the lime. Sometimes I definitely pick up a little bit of the coconut. Often I pick up the lime and the coconut mixed together. That has quite a distinctive smell. And then in amongst that is the sort of bergamot and the mandarin. But as I'm putting it on now, it smells absolutely fantastic. It's really fruity and nice. The mid notes are floral. We've got jasmine, hibiscus, lang lang, and a little bit of ginger. And then we go down into the base notes of sugarcane and rum. And as I say, I wanted to try this for ages. And really it was the colour of the soap that got me as much as anything. And I really like this one. Now here we go, let's try this with the Kai blade. Now on the last two videos, when I've shaved with this razor, Brad from Henson Shaving got in touch and left some information. Which was very pertinent to the shaves that I've had with it. So I used a Shark Super Platinum. I really liked that. I found it was a very comfortable razor blade to use. I thoroughly enjoyed my shave with that, but it was definitely a little too mild for me. I tried the Astra, It was a little improvement. But really it was a similar sort of shave. Very comfortable, as those Astra blades are, those platinums. Very comfortable shave. A little bit too mild for me. And when I say it was a little bit too mild for me, I just meant it just left a little bit too much hair that I didn't quite take off. Very, very comfortable there. I tried the feather last week, as many of you will have watched. And that is a sharper blade. And I've got a much better shave with that. Now Brad has sent me information regarding the razor blade width of those blades. And it turns out that the Shark is the narrowest, the Astra is a little bit wider, and the Feather is a little bit wider again. We are talking very, very small amounts indeed. I'd urge you to check out the comments on last week's video and a week before, and I've pinned Brad's comment so you'll be able to read it very easily. Now of course the Feather is wider again, and compared to the Feather, I'm probably, did I say that right? The Kai is wider again, and compared to the Feather, I'm probably going to have twice as much blade exposure. So I said I'd give some feedback on how safe the razor felt, how comfortable it is. And of course how effective it is with that Kai blade. So we'll do that today in this shave. Yeah, it's a good start. It's a very good start. Now, as I said, I've already had one shave with this in the week. I found that with regards to the safeness of the razor, it didn't feel any different from a Feather or the Shark Super, or any of the blades that I used in fact. Despite the extra blade exposure that I got with the card blade, oops, it still felt a very safe razor to use. Now Brad has informed me that they are possibly considering or working on bringing out a more aggressive version of the Henson razor. So this one, just to remind you, is the medium version. As I say, with regards to safety, it doesn't feel any different. With regards to the shave itself, it's still a very comfortable razor to use during the shave. I mean, it feels nice when I'm running it over my skin. It feels quite comfortable. but I am feeling like I'm getting a much closer shave. So for example, this bit of my face now, I feel like I've had a really close shave. It's not sore, but you know, I can feel I've taken a sharp razor blade across my skin, more so than with the other blades, in my opinion. I feel that with the increased width of the razor blades that I've been using, that the post-shave feel has been just slightly less comfortable with the other three blades as I've moved up through the wider blades. We are talking, oh, a smidgen. However, with the Kai, the last time I used it, had a very close shave, but it left me with a razor burn for about an hour. It wasn't very strong. But nevertheless, it was there, and obviously that is something we like to avoid, and I think for me it was caused by the positive aspect of the blade, and obviously that extra width. Oh, excuse me, I'm just smelling the soap scent. It's lovely, this soap. Well, I've used this sample that I've got. It's definitely going on my list. Apparently it is a scent that is released for the summer by Stirling. I was looking at the Shaving Time website here in the UK, and somebody had bought one of these, and I left a review that they could smell paraffin, and I'm not getting that, thankfully. But you know, when we say in the shaving community that your mileage may vary, well, it's never more true than that comment, is it? Excuse me. Do you know, when I'm in here talking to you and having a shave, it seems to go so quickly. I don't know why I've started to cough. Now I can really feel that I'm having a close shave. I can really feel it on my skin. However, the razor itself, somehow, I don't quite know how to say this, it still has the feel, as I'm shaving, of a mild, comfortable razor. I'll be very careful after my last shave, because you can see I'm still picking up hair here. And I really don't want to have razor burn again, so I'm trying to avoid going over that same area. So that's kind of what I mean by it feels like a mild razor still. Well, it is a mild razor. The razor hasn't changed, only the blade. You see, I am trying hard not to just push into that and take that little bit of hair off. So what I'll do is, if I get a razor burn again this week, I shall put it in the description to the video. I shall mention it. There we are. That was that 3 passes. That's gone really quickly. But yes, now I don't want to have another pass. Let's put it that way. I can feel a little bit of soreness there, just a touch. So I have got my alum block today. And we shall put that on and just see if there's a little bit of pain there, a little bit of stinginess. Now you won't be surprised that there's a little bit of stinginess down my jawline here, which was where I was going over and over. My shave. Other than that, got a tiny bit here, tiny bit here. Nothing much at all apart from that bit there. So that's a good start, isn't it? Now I'm just going to let that sit on my face for a moment while I show you the aftershave I'm going to be using today. Got this little layer aftershave tube, and I think that's quite a nice size. That is a 3-in-1 aftershave. Hydrates, calms and repairs. There's some menthol in this, which will be handy for that bit there. I rather like this, actually, this layer aftershave. It's kind of a little bit like Nivea, except it smells slightly different. There is a very slight scent to it. Now let me just dab my face dry. So all in all, that feels like I've had a very close shave. Yep, definitely get the menthol there. So, oh, I've just missed a tiny bit there. It's staying there. Oh, actually, and there, either side of my chin. So once again, for me, not quite BBS, but when my skin settles down, I won't notice that at all. I mean, it really, really is minimal. The area where I always have a bit left is actually really, really pretty good. It is, there's still some hair there, but it's really, really about the lowest I get it. So really I would say, apart from that little bit there, just a touch I've missed under the jawline, I would say on BBS. So that is the best shave I've had with the Henson medium razor. What I do like about this, I've just mentioned this because I'm not sure if I have, is the weight and balance of this razor. I've used aluminium razors before where I've picked them up and they feel solid, but they feel so light it felt to me as if I didn't have anything in my hand at all. This doesn't feel like this. There is a little bit of weight to this. It's very nicely balanced. The balance point, oh, there we are, a bit of a wobble, is about there. It feels nice to hold and nice to use. So I know lots of you guys are getting really great shaves with that. And this is the best one for me. If I could just conquer that little bit of razor burn, it'd be A-OK on this one. Be very interested to see a more aggressive razor, but I wouldn't like to see that positive blade exposure increased any more. Anyway, that's my shave. Thank you very much for joining me. Take care of yourselves, and I should mention thank you very much for all the subscriptions that I've had recently. We are heading towards 3,000. Thank you everyone, I really appreciate it. Take care of yourselves, all the very best to you. Be well.